and demanding from the universities divestment and cutting ties with companies that fund and supply the occupation in Palestine.
Morning, we are seeing people pack up and break down a pro-Palestinian camp at the University of Washington in Seattle.
Yeah, campers agreed to leave today after reaching that deal with the university's president.
We're at the edge of the quad. You can see behind us here. A lot of the tents came down this weekend, but we still have a few dozen that are up. We've got trash cans and brooms that are out. And as those tents are coming down, we kind of get a clearer view of some of the graffiti that's still on the buildings and the walkways around us.
The university administration should never have allowed this to get out of control. After a day or two of this encampment, they should have put an end to it. It was completely illegal. Everyone knew it was legal. It should have been stopped there, then, and it could have been done easily with no violence or no problems.
Heightened tensions in the heart of the UW campus leading to this. KOMO witnessing a shocking, sudden skirmish with several people involved. Yet as we tried to document what was happening, someone here deliberately spray painted our camera. All of it in the middle of the biggest pro-Palestinian protest on campus so far. In the moments leading up to this fight, those who remained peaceful told us they had a duty to be here.
If we're just sitting at our homes and watching a genocide happen on the TVs, nothing really is going to change.
Israel is forever!
Pressure is growing on UW to shut down that encampment.
Police stood in the middle to keep the groups apart. On one side, the pro-Palestine encampment with guards in masks and makeshift shields. On the other, hundreds of pro-Israel demonstrators who were here to attend a rally in Red Square.
We're here to say we no longer are going to tolerate this anti-Israel, this anti-American, this blockade of campus.
There is a straight path through the University of Washington quad, but Kim Butler says this protest had gone off track.
At some point, you have to draw the line. The way that the Jewish students were filling on campus, at the point where it's escalated now, where we're defacing the beautiful campus that the University of Washington is not the right choice either.
That graffiti that increased, along with physical tensions, as the UW calendar inched towards commencement, likely led to a deal announced by protesters and the university.
I wasn't expecting it to last this long, but has been a bit disruptive.
The university has been experiencing pressure from our community here, as well as more Zionist community telling her to sweep the encampment.
Zoe Reagan, who calls herself a media representative for the Liberated Zone, says this is not a victory, as the UW is not cutting ties to Israel or Boeing. But the school did agree to create a divestment committee with protesters, review study abroad programs, increase connections for Palestinian students, and not cite campers, even though they violated university policy.
That agreement came after an escalation in vandalism on campus raised safety concerns. KOMO's Michelle Esteban joins us live now. Michelle, what is the situation there right now, just an hour since that deadline passed?
Yes, absolutely, Molly. And I can tell you no issues, and that has to be a sigh of relief for the administration here. UW President Kelsey did say that if there were members that perhaps were not from the UW community that refused to leave, they would take action. That was not necessary. In fact, take a look. The quad is cleaned except for a number of garbage cans that remain. The agreement honored, in fact, Molly, all the encampment tents were down before 3 o'clock. Now, we've been here for the past few hours. We watched an organized effort to pack up and move out, people breaking down their tents, packing their belongings. The quad was occupied at one point by 100 tents since it began at the end of April. Looks very different now. You can see on the grass where the tents were. A number of students telling me they're happy to have this space back, and many were disappointed with the graffiti that's tagged the buildings here. The encampment leadership does not, though, consider this a win, but said the majority voted to end their encampment and accept the resolution reached Friday between the encampment leadership and the UW, which includes 14 concessions. One that is not sitting well with some students is not being held accountable for camping in the quad, a violation of university code. The president did reiterate no one will be cited for camping.